Donald Trump lost it on a reporter, called her darling, and said, be quiet, also correcting her that it is no longer the Department of Defense. It is now the Department of War.
When you say that, darling, that's fake news.
When you say that, darling, that's fake news. Oh, God.
Department of Defense. Listen, be quiet. Listen. You don't listen.
Be quiet and listen.
You never listen. That's why you're second rate. We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
Look at Trump leaning over her with just reeking of condescension, this mocking gesture. I mean, truly just vile, vile stuff. I want to talk about the whole Department of War thing. Authoritarians love to control the language. And it's been said before, and it's true to a degree, that you can control society by controlling language. I mean, just calling it the Gulf of America rather than the Gulf of Mexico implies a sort of ownership of sorts that makes people tolerate different things and see it differently. The idea being the language we use has a significant effect. And when you say to people, the Department of War, and if they're not doing war, on some level, you look at it and you go, we've got this perfectly nice Department of War here. They should really do some war. That's what would make sense for them to do. That's what their primary duty is. And so this Department of War thing is not nothing. Trump was asked, are you ready to move on the second phase of sanctions against Russia? Trump says yes. Question 1 is, what was the first phase? And question 2 is, let me guess, we're just 2 weeks away, aren't we?
Are you ready to move to the second phase of sanctions against Russia or punishing food? How is your COVID?
Yeah, I am. I don't think Trump could tell us what the first phase of sanctions against Russia actually was, but I guess we're probably just a couple of weeks away from it. We're also getting dangerously close to Bobby Kennedy Jr. telling us the answers for autism. Part of what was the question? That we're about to get the answers. I'd love to know what the question was. Take a listen.
Well, he's a different kind of a guy. He's got a lot of good ideas, but he's got a lot of ideas. You know, normally they don't have any ideas, and that's why we have problems with autism and so many other things, because we're coming up with the answers for autism. You watch. We're coming up with the answers for other things that normal people, regular people, easy to get along with people wouldn't be able to do. He's got a lot of ideas, and so do I, and we're going to clean it up.
I'm going to preview for you. Apparently, they're going to blame autism on Tylenol. There's been a leaked report that they will be blaming autism on Tylenol during pregnancy, something which, by the way, has already been looked at. It doesn't seem super strong. And then finally, Trump asked, are you going to attack cartels inside of Venezuela? And Trump, very cagey.
Are you considering attacking the cartels inside of Venezuela? You attack?
Well, you're going to find out.
You're going to find out. Real Nobel Peace Prize sort of stuff here. You know, for all of the claims that this is the peace president, there's a lot of really hawkish warmongering, threats to use the military, use of the military. I'm kind of starting to think that this may not really have been the peace president the way Tulsi Gabbard told us that he would be.